Hello and welcome back to the High School Football Alliance on the channel here today. We've got the Northeast Jays traveling to take on the Southeast Raiders. Jays trying to hang on to their playoff hopes here tonight. The Raiders, they've lost two straight games, and they're trying to kind of sneak their way into the playoffs now instead of controlling their own destiny. I am joined in the booth by Liam Hammer. How you doing tonight? And what are your thoughts on this game?
Doing excellent. Looking forward to this game. It's a lot of playoff implications for both these teams and for some of the teams back at home. The Pirates watching this one closely. Only playoff thing that's sure for this game is the Jays. If they lose, they're eliminated from the playoffs. They'll be joining the Eagles at home on the couch. But besides that, it's mostly just who controls their destiny going into the final week of the season. Both these teams, though, kind of on opposite trajectories right now. Obviously, the Raiders on a little bit of a skid. The Jays, since bringing in Dan Short, have really turned it around on offense. Their offense has been rolling lately, and I expect that to continue, though the Raiders' defense is massive challenge for them.
Yeah, Ian Harlan has to basically have a perfect game here tonight if he wants a chance against this nasty secondary. All of those guys out there in the back end of that defense are going to be getting quite a few scholarship offers here in the offseason.
Jays are going to get the ball first here in Southeast. The ball is off the tee, and the game is underway, fielded from the 2-yard line, and that's going to be Brian Walters brings it up. One thing to note is York Bass going to be missing this game for the Jays, as he obviously dealing with some injuries. Fractured his arm last week, and that's going to end his high school season, though he'll be back for college.
Yeah, so Art Swain and Chris Dugans, they're both going to have to step up for this receiving core for Ian Harlan.
1st and 10 here. You get Nigel Sams in the bottom of the screen. Walters in the slot. Zayden Van in the backfield. Ian Harlan going to drop back to throw. He's going to throw across the middle. That's going to be picked off. First throw of the game. Lewin Witherspoon had a 3-interception day a couple weeks ago. Already has one. First play of the game of the Raiders in plus position.
Yeah, and Witherspoon, he had 2 interceptions last week as well. This guy has been on a tear the last several weeks. Really exciting player to watch, and the complete opposite of how Ian Harlan wanted to start this ball game.
That left side of the field dangerous with Lewin Witherspoon and Brett Iwoma, and tried to test that early with Sam. Did not work out. Raiders, their offense has struggled so far this season to get going. Obviously, coming into this game, they have the 8th ranked total offense, averaging about 22 points per game scored. But they have the #1 pass defense. We just saw there. We get to see what they can do, though, in great field position. Can be tossed to Cameron Davis on 1st down, and that's going to be tackled for a game of nothing. Roosevelt Horton injured on the play. That's huge. They already lost Ackerman. We'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah, you mentioned the offense, being at the bottom of the alliance, and they haven't really needed the offense to step up a whole lot. The defense has been carrying them this season. But in a game like this, where you've lost 2 straight, you need to produce on offense. So let's see what Jasper Ives and the boys can do.
Ives gonna hand it off here. Davis, right side. Davis room. Davis down inside the 20 to the 13 to the 12. He goes. Cameron Davis. Beast Mojo mentioned that was going to be a key for this team. Cameron Davis getting involved early. Great blocking.
Yeah, fantastic blocking downfield. Cameron Davis, he needs a big game here today. He had 98 yards last week and a touchdown. He's been probably one of the most consistent running backs so far in high school, along with Laverne Jewell from the Lions.
Red zone trip early for this game for the Raiders. As Lewin Witherspoon's going to throw it. Somehow knifes it in there to Willie Morris. My goodness, I don't know how he fit it in there. Second and 5 from the 7. Out route, little swing pass almost went the other way, as that was number 53, the linebacker who nearly picked that one off. That was Armstrong. We've talked about him a lot this season. 3rd and 5 from the 5. From the 7, excuse me, is the Raiders, if they can capitalize on this plus position that they got. Ives, play action, looking, throws, out route, caught at the 1, 1st and goal from the 1. That was number 82. That was Ryan Carter on the reception. First and goal from the 1 up the middle. Davis flattened, not much there. Welcome, Eric, to the chat. I have a clip for you, Eric.
And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Live look there inside the Eagles locker room after last week. You mentioned Beast Mojo saying more Hall needs to come in if they want to win. We'll see. I mean, Ian Harlan coming off of a good win and a good Player of the Week win. We'll see how he can do. Obviously not a great start for him as Ives going to drop back. Goal line defense going to go down. The pressure gets there, and the Jays defense holds Mario Pearson on the sack. As we are waiting for, I'm going to skip back. He's having a few technical difficulties. Don't worry, he'll be back in the booth in a moment. But great stop there from the Raiders defense, from the Jays defense as the Raiders offense gets stymied again in the red zone. Kick is up. Kick is good, and the 23-yarder is going to be the first points of the game as the Raiders take the 3-0 lead. Jay's going to get the ball, trying to figure out something after that first drive. Ended in a quick interception for them. Not how they wanted to start this game. Kick is away. Kick's fielded. Going to be brought out by Walters to the 29-yard line. Just a quick look at the Jays offense. Jays offense comes into this game averaging about 22 points per game, allowing 25. That's been an issue for them. Their pass offense, one of the better ones in the country. And their defense, it's had up and downs, but it's been solid. 1st and 10 for Ian Harlan. They're going to come out in ace formation. Welcome, Cody Travis. We're waiting for Optimus to get back because he had technical difficulties. Marcus Madre in the backfield. Going to run a route. Harlan's going to throw it deep. Same spot. This time, Sams brings it down. No fear, going right back to where they were and where they got picked off. This time, Sams brings it down in midfield. We have exactly, this is week 7. Week 8 is when we will, is the final week of the playoffs. Or not the final week, but the final week before the playoffs. So we have one more week after this. Roosevelt Horton coming back after he had some leg cramps. Second and 9 now for Harlan in the shotgun. They're going to check it down to Van. Van not even going to get back. The last scrimmage, loses too. 3rd and 11 now for the Jays. We'll see what they draw up here through receivers top of the screen. Harlan, good protection. Going to throw it deep middle of the field. Going to be caught. First down. Brian Walters brings that one down. How many games happened today? We'll have 2 games. We have Northeast Jays taking on the Raiders right now, and then later we're going to have the Pirates and the Lions, undefeated Lions, as the Pirates need this one for their playoff hopes, really, because obviously the International Comets won earlier this week, meaning that the Pirates, if they ends in a tie with the Comets, then the Pirates are going to be out. So big game for them. Harlan's going to drop back to throw. Good protection again. Throws it. It's going to be caught. Walters on the in route. Now inside the red zone. Walters, his second catch, 36 yards so far for him today. Ian Harland, split backs in the backfield. And drop back in the red zone. Bringing the blitz. He's going to throw floater. Trev Bridges inside the 5 to the 3. Right now, the Pacific Pirates are 3-3. So right now they're in a playoff. They're just outside of a playoff spot if the playoffs started today. They're fighting the Jays, Raiders, and Comets for that playoff spot. A loss today for the Raiders and a win for the Pirates would put the Pirates in the playoffs. The Pirates and the Raiders, they played earlier this season. The Pirates have the tiebreaker there. So if the Pirates ended in a tie with the Raiders, the Pirates are in. If they win out, they'll be in. But they have a tough road ahead of them. 1st and goal from the 3, handoff up the middle. Zayden Van untouched, touchdown, and the Jays march right down the field, take back the lead. You hear the boos rain down here in Southeast. Kick is up and good. Who they need to lose right now? They just need the Raiders. A Raider loss and a Pirates win would put them in the playoffs right now. And even if the Pirates win out, if they beat the Lions this week and then they beat the, let me look at the schedule here. If they beat the Lions this week and they beat the Raiders next week, they'll be in. So either way, it's going to come down to next week. That game, the Pirates-Raiders game, is going to be huge. Give us a second here. We're going to go to a TV timeout real quick just to try something to get Klein back in the booth, and we will be back in about 30 seconds.
And that was a disgraceful performance.
Whoops. Forgot to mute that clip. Well, we're back, and I have someone in the booth with me. Welcome back.
Oh, hey, guys. What's going on?
Lag issue should be fixed, Eric. We were figuring out some internet stuff. My internet's, we had a big storm out here, and it's just been a little bit touch and go on the internet side of things. But the Raiders getting the ball 2nd and 6 at the 31.
Yeah, and I've missed most of this first quarter, but nice to see the Jays got in the end zone. I think it was Van that scored the touchdown, correct?
Correct. Your
First
boy
time
Ian
he's
Harlan.
done anything in a while.
2nd and 6 now for the Raiders as they are here at the 31-yard line. Very aggressive coverage from the defense. Only single high safety press coverage, it looks like, across the board. Harlan is going to throw to Brad Woods out of the backfield. Armstrong's going to tackle him after the loss of 3.
Yeah, good tackle by Armstrong. You mentioned him earlier. He didn't have any stats last week except for a fumble recovery. No tackles, no assists or anything. So good to see him out there bringing the ball carrier down.
You're right. I do need the diddly poo line. I'll have to get that one edited in there.
We couldn't do diddly poo. I love it.
Great line. There's so much of that clip that's so good. It's hard to clip it down into a small short video. It's just the whole interview is great. Just take a pause mid-game to watch the whole 2-minute video.
Yeah.
First down for the Raiders. What do you expect out of this Raiders offense?
Oh, just keep feeding Cameron Davis. I mean, he's their bell cow. Just get him involved. He gets better the more carries he gets.
Harlan's going to throw out route here. Almost picked off by Armstrong. My goodness, dangerous throw.
Yeah, really dangerous throw, and that was to, who was that? Ryan Carter was the intended target. And Carter had a decent game last week, 3 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Not bad for him on 4 targets. He had a long of 53 in that game.
Yeah, Cody, the Pirates control their destiny right now because they play the Raiders next week, and they hold a tiebreaker. So even if they lose this week, it's going to come down to next week. 2nd and 10. Split back formation for the offense. They're going to hand it off to Davis up the middle. He's going to get stuffed.
Wow, great team tackle there for the Jays. That was number 92, Mario Pearson, and the linebacker, Dennis Kennard, converging on the ball carrier. Kennard's been great this season as well. A tackling machine. He had 4 last week, 2 assisted, 1 for a loss, and a pass deflection. So he can get back there and pass coverage as well.
Yeah, Jasper does need to step it up. Don't forget, though, right now he's missing his top 2 of his top 3 targets on offense. So
did I miss an injury while I was away?
Roosevelt Horton went down.
Oof. Oh, that's tough.
Though he's going to be returning. He only just had muscle cramps. That throw to Rambert is going to be short of the sticks, and that's going to bring up the punt unit.
Yep, Damian Rambert, the previously number 5 receiver. He moved up to the number 4 with Jermaine Ackerman getting hurt for the Raiders. He had 1 catch last week for 4 yards on 1 target.
Punt unit is on the field, ready to kick it. How's this punter been this season?
The punter for the Raiders is Wilson Bernard. He was busy last week. 9 punts for 302 yards, good for a 33.6 average. Had 1 touchback, none inside the 20, but he has been one of the top 5 punters so far this season.
I'm going to assume what you were asking, Cody, was what's so important about this game. But what the importance of this game is that if the Jays lose this, they are eliminated from the playoffs. A win in this game would allow the Jays to get in with a win next week.
And some help.
It's going to be interesting with the Raiders and Pirates game because obviously the Jays would have the tiebreaker over the Raiders, but not over the Pirates. So kind of just an interesting situation. And it's, the Jays, they're on the brink. They're on the brink here. Obviously, the Cobras, they have the 2-4 team coming into this week, got eliminated last night.
Yeah, already 2 teams eliminated. So, there's only 2 other teams that can miss the playoffs going forward.
2nd and 7 here. Press coverage. Harlan's going to throw it. Deep throw. Going to be caught, fumbled, picked up by the defense. They're going to be returning this the other way, and he's going to go back to where the line of scrimmage was. I think that might be coming back, though.
Yeah, Ivan Brutley's the one that scooped it up, but I'm not sure the receiver had the ball long enough for that to be actually called a catch and fumble. That was Zayden Van out there running a corner route.
It was Nigel Sams, the
Oh,
crew
okay.
down there in the replay booth. Now they need to get some glasses, I think. But Van got the tackle, and that's why they're
Okay. Highlight the running back that gets the tackle. Okay. Yeah, that's most likely coming back. I mean, they have to challenge it, though. There it is.
there's
right there.
there's a challenge from Dan Short. The 06 series was a good series. It was a good series.
It was. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah, there's no way he had the ball long enough here or made a football move.
I don't know how he even got up to get that ball in that double coverage with the Woma.
I don't know. That was a great throw as well, though.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick review. We'll see what R62 has to say. Sometimes he likes to mess with us a little bit. So it looks like it's going to be going the Jays' way. Incomplete pass is going to be the ruling.
Yeah, they catch a nice little break there.
Welcome, Parker Thomas, to the chat.
Parker, what's up, buddy?
Fans here do not like that call whatsoever.
No, they're letting the refs hear it now.
A little bit of a biased crowd.
Yeah, just a little. Just a bit.
4 wide. 4 wide now for the offense. He's going to throw the go route deep. Picked off again.
Who is that this time? Is that Brutley, number 24? So they take away his fumble recovery, and he says, you know what? I'll do it myself, and gets the interception. Not the greatest throw here, as Harlan was looking for, was that York Bass? York Bass
No, that wasn't
out there.
York Bass. That must have been someone else stole his number.
Oh, my goodness. We are in shambles right now, but not a great throw there from Harlan. A bit overthrown.
1st and 10. I mean, it wasn't really open either. Delay to Davis. Davis is going to weave through traffic, get 4 out of that somehow.
Yeah, the running game is not doing too well for either team, but I mean, at least Zayden Van reached the end zone, and that's been the difference in the game so far.
2nd and 6 now for the Raiders, as they 2 interceptions in this first half. Do you think we're going to see Mort Hall in this game?
Well, I mean, the Jays have the lead, despite having 2 interceptions so far. So I think the coach is going to stick with his guns here, stick with Harlan. But if the Jays do end up losing this ball game, we will see Mort Hall get his first career start next week.
Yeah, a reminder, all the teams who have been or eliminated going into the final week, we're going to be putting their backups, some of their backups in, especially quarterback, so we can get a look at those guys, get them some offers for the college season that's coming up. 3rd and 8 coming up now for the Raiders. Going to be throwing here out route, and that's not going to be nearly deep enough. Another 4th and 4 and another punch.
Yeah, that was a very quick 3 and out for the Raiders offense, and that's been the case for them a lot this season. You go back to last week where, they had the lead against the Lions, and they got shut out in the second half. They just couldn't get the ball moving down the field, and it ended up costing them the game. They got to get something going here through the air.
Defense has been showing up for the Raiders, but the offense has been the case so often this season. Sluggish.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, nearly blocked.
Gets the kick away. Going to land inside the 10. Bounces at the 6 and downed. What a play there. Is that Lewin Witherspoon on the kick return? Or the special teams unit?
I believe that was number 29. That's going to be the backup strong safety, John Perryman.
John Perryman making himself known on special teams. Nice little play there. Ian Harlan now comes out. He has 94 yards to go to get his team another score as they lead this game 7-6 with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter.
We've already seen a 90-plus yard touchdown this week.
But Zayden Van's in the backfield, so temper your expectations.
Oh, that's so hurtful.
End
That's
of the
so
first
true.
quarter, 7-3 here in Southeast. The Jays leading the 3-3 Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders might be in a little bit of trouble right now. They have 2 takeaways, but nothing to show for it. And if Harlan's going to give you some gifts, you gotta deliver on offense. You gotta get in the end zone. I mean, heck, at least get in field goal range, and they're just not even doing that right now.
Raiders coming off 2 straight one-score losses. First to the Titans 38-35, and then last week Harlan's going to go down in the backfield. That's Dre Raines.
Yeah, that was Dre Raines, and I believe a safety came through there. That was Tony Conley, the strong safety, who's going to help clean up that sack. Now, the Raiders defense, they like to get after the quarterback. They had 2 sacks last week and just a boatload of tackles for a loss for this defense. There's so many on my stat sheet, I can't even count them right now.
3rd and 9, bunch formation at the bottom of the screen. It's Nigel Sams at the top. It's going to be a handoff, though. Van breaks 1 tackle. It's not going to be enough. Punt unit comes out.
Oh, well, Zayden Van was, being Zayden Van, I was able to count those tackles for a loss, and there was 13 as a team last week for Southeast in that loss to the Lions. So they definitely know how to get in the backfield and disrupt some plays. And, they're kind of containing Zayden Van right now, which is no surprise. They're just going to force Harlan to keep chucking it up this game, I think.
Punt is off, and it is a decent punt. Field at the 45-yard line, where Johnny Durango is going to take that one from.
Yeah, Terry Saunders, boots that one pretty good, actually. He averaged 34.5 yards per punt. Only punted 2 times last week, though. No touchbacks, none inside the 20. He didn't have to do a whole lot of work in that ball game.
1st and 10 now for the Raiders. See if they can get some points. They've had a lot of opportunities in this game and really haven't capitalized on them.
Yeah, they've been doing that all season.
Let me hand off to Davis. Davis, good blocking. He has a lane. Davis, no one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Cameron Davis. We do have a flag on the field.
Yeah, this is going to be coming back. I believe one of the offensive linemen is going to get called for holding here.
It's going to be a clipping call.
Oh, a clipping.
And it's going to go against the Raiders. This one's going to be coming back. Number 82.
Number 82, Ryan Carter out in the secondary. See if we'll get a replay here. See if it was a bad call or not. Yeah, they're not going to show us. That's tough.
Let's radio down to the booth. I want to see what this. Let's see where Ryan Carter was.
Well, let's see who he hits here. Oh, right next to the ref. Oh my goodness. Oh,
wasn't even necessary there.
Wow.
Frederick Falconer.
Technically, if he doesn't do that, Falconer gets the tackle.
No,
right?
no. I mean, there's the tackle right there. Raymond Haynes is right here.
Man, that's rough, boys. Big touchdown, wiped off the board because of that one. Well, they only lose 2 yards on the play, though.
Who's battling for a playoff spot right now? It is the International Comets at 4-3, the Southeast Raiders at 3-3, Pacific Pirates 3-3, and the Northeast Jays at 2-4, all battling for the final 2 playoff spots. A reminder, the South Central Lions have clinched at 6-0. The Southwest Titans have clinched the number 2 spot at 5-2. Because of tiebreakers, the Titans cannot get to the number 1 spot, and so they have clinched that number 2 spot. And the 1-6 Eagles, North Central, and 2-5 Northwest have both been eliminated. 2nd and 6 at the 37 after the couple plays. That one's going to be picked off. Oh, my word. That was Armstrong who's going to jump the route and pick it off. 3 interceptions so far in this game. Alonzo Armstrong gets that one.
Yeah, I mentioned Armstrong only had 1 stat last week. That was a fumble recovery. He knows how to get the ball for his defense, and now we get to see Ian Harlan come back out, see if he can get this offense moving downfield. We've seen 3 interceptions in this game, 2 for Harlan, 1 for Ives, and I'd like to see him take some deep shots here. You got Nigel Sams, one of the best receivers in high school right now. Just take a shot at the top of the screen. He's one-on-one with Brett Woman.
1st and 10. 36-yard line. Harlan's going to throw it to Madre out of the backfield. Good blocking. Madre tackled after a gain of 7. Do you think there's a chance for the Raiders that we see the backup quarterback for them at some point?
Well, I mean, if Ives can't get this offense going, we might just see number 7, Garrett Young, come into this ball game. And because if they lose this game, I mean, you can almost kiss their playoff chances goodbye.
Yeah, a loss in this game would bring it all down. I mean, either way, it kind of comes all down to this, but it will all come down to next week. Pirates at Raiders. throw to the fullback, Emery Schofield there for the first down.
Yeah, Schofield, he has been fantastic catching passes out of the backfield this season. I believe he had one game just a couple weeks ago where he had 5 or 6 receptions for about 50 yards, which is a fullback record so far in high school.
Just shy of midfield for the Jays here. Another aggressive coverage from the defense, it looks like. See what they run on offense. It's going to be a throw. Slants. Going to throw to Schofield out of the backfield again, and Schofield is going to get a 7-yard reception.
Man, they're killing him in the flats right now. You know, they're sending Sams deep. They're sending the number 2 receiver, Brian Walters, deep as well, and just clearing out those flats. And Ian Harlan and the running back and fullback just making them pay.
If the Raiders lose, Cody, they will not be eliminated. A loss this week just puts them in a position where they have to win against the Pirates next week. Because that run from Van, good vision, can get the first down. But next week, week 8, circle on your calendars, Pacific Pirates at Southeast Raiders. That game could decide the final playoff spot, depending on how this game goes.
Yeah, and if you're the Raiders, you don't want to go into that game on a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, the Raiders, you mentioned they were 3-1. Now they're 3-3, 2 straight losses to the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country. Harlan going to throw out route. Sam's top of your screen. Awoma there, can't bring him down, but Witherspoon going to push him out just short of the line of game.
Yeah, Awoma, you know, the top cornerback prospect out there, but not the greatest tackler. He's a bit small as far as his stature. Great route by Sams as well. My goodness.
Yes, the Northeast lost tonight will eliminate them from the playoffs. Nothing they will be able to do if they lose. So, but a win tonight keeps them in it, and it will make them very mucky, a very mucky playoff picture for us.
Yeah, it's just going to be chaos in week 8.
2nd and inches for the Jays. Marcus Madre in the backfield. He's going to get the call, and Marcus Madre has space. Nobody's going to touch him, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness. Marcus Madre right up to gut. Look at this block right there from Schofield. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful block on probably the number 1 middle linebacker in the nation, Walter Cokes, to spring Marcus Madre free. And that's the difference between Zayden Van and Marcus Madre. Madre has that little extra pep in his step, and he showed it there. And the Jays about to be up by 11 points. Raiders reeling at home.
It was a very defensive, kind of slow game, but now Marcus Madre breaking this wide open. Now about to be an 11-point lead for the Jays on the road. Man, Raiders, what's going on?
They just can't get the offense going, man. That's been the case for most of this season. You know, if you take a look back at their 3 wins, you know, they're not blowing anybody out of the stadium. You know, they've been tough games, tough defensive wins for them. So this isn't really too surprising that they can't score, but they need to be able to slow down this Northeast offense.
The most points the Raiders have allowed in a win was 23 back in week 2 to the Cobras, where they won 28-23. The most points the Raiders have scored all season. Hold on. Oh boy, I thought we had something there, but he gets tackled down. The most points we've seen from the Raiders all season. Only one game they scored over 30. That was against the Titans, 35-38 loss.
Yep, Rocky Clearwater in the chat. What up, Rocky?
Welcome to the stream. We got hopefully some good action. Hopefully Ives can get some offense going here, as they've been struggling. Ives going to throw here. Going to throw it deep. Almost picked again. Kennard on the coverage. And another dangerous throw from Jasper Ives, who just looks rattled.
Yeah, I think the 2 straight losses kind of getting to his head a little bit. And he's just trying to force these throws down the field across the middle, which is not going to work against these linebackers of Northeast.
It's hard for Ives because, I mean, you look back at that last game, the 19-13 loss to the Lions. I mean, really struggled in that game for most of it, but at the end, when it mattered most, takes his team down the field with a really clutch drive. He's going to throw it deep. It's going to be picked off once again. The sloppy game continues. But Ives, I mean, he struggled for most of that game and came down to the clutch in the fourth quarter, got his team down the field for a game-winning field goal only to miss it. So, you know, there's some good with Ives, there's some bad, but right now today we're seeing a lot more of the bad.
Yeah, he's been very inconsistent this season. You take a look at his touchdown to interception ratios throughout the weeks on the year. You know, week 1 he had 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Next week he was 3-1. Week after that 1-1, then 1-0, 3-3, 1-2. You know, he just hasn't really had a great game throwing the football yet.
Harlan across the middle is going to be caught. Walters, gain of 8.
Yeah, I want to go back to the Raiders' drive before the last one they just had. Before the interception, you know, you had that big touchdown run from Cameron Davis called back, and then you don't get any points, and then you allow the Jays to march down the field. You know, just some key mistakes here and there, and it really has been derailing this offense quite a bit this season.
Second and 2. Harlan to throw. Out route caught. Trev Bridges breaks a tackle. Bridges down the sideline to the 24-yard line. He goes.
Man, Bridges can be such a beast at tight end. Last week, he had 8 catches on 12 targets, 109 yards. He did have a drop, though, but, I mean, if he can have a game like that almost every week, this offense could be so much better. Again, just another inconsistent player for them, though, but you can see it right there. He gets the ball in his hands in the open field. He's able to break a tackle and get some extra yards for the offense.
Beast Mojo in the chat saying, hot take, Jasper Ives is the 8th best quarterback in high school football. Correction, 9th best. Harlan going to sidearm it across the middle of the field for 7 yards. What's your thoughts on that take?
Well, you know, I don't know if I can really disagree with it too much. I mean, you got Mordecai Van Hout from the Eagles, who's thrown the most interceptions this season. He had a negative touchdown to interception ratio on the year. But, you know, I think it's pretty close between those two at this point.
2nd and 3 for the Jays. Harlan going to drop back to throw. Out route again. Bridges again. First down again.
Yeah, defense, I mean, I don't know if they've given up in the game already. Just constantly on the sideline watching their offense go 3 and out or turning the ball over. But they kind of look defeated here today.
Think that Ives gets a shot to start his freshman season, or do you think he's going to end up sitting for the first year?
If he can go to the right situation where, you know, the team just doesn't really have a quarterback and they have some good weapons around him, I think he can be successful. You know, you go back to week 1 when the Raiders lost their number 1 wide receiver in Jermaine Ackerman. That really hurt this offense quite a bit, but their defense has been carrying them, which, you know, we saw the same situation with North Central. They lost Storm Baines in week 1. But they don't have the talent on defense to be able to help their offense out enough to get wins.
2nd and 14 from the 16. Harlan, good protection, going to throw it to Madre out of the backfield. He's going to get 3 and bring up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and 11 here. You know, if I'm the Jays, I think I play it safe here. You're in field goal range for your kicker. Jonah Stone, obviously, at the 13-yard line. Don't force a throw into the end zone because this defense can get some takeaways down here.
3rd and 11. Awoma playing off of Sam's. See if they try to throw it to him. Harlan's going to throw out route to Walters, and he's going to get tackled down.
Yeah, there was Tony Conley on the tackle.
Parker.
Stopping him just short.
Number 19, Parker. He's the guy who's come in to play for Bass. I guess he wanted his number.
Wow, the guy hasn't even been gone for a full week yet, and you just take his jersey like that. That's tough.
4th down, though, and the field goal unit's going to have to come out to kick this one as the Raiders defense stands tall. Good red zone stop. Mort Hall, the holder, the legend.
He's got 2 career plays, and they were both quarterback kneels.
Kick is up, kick is good. 21 yards, 17-3 is the score here as the Jays just looking dominant right now.
Yep, looking dominant, even with Harlan's 2 interceptions so far in the first half. If you're the Raiders head coach, Bart John, right now, if you don't see anything out of Jasper Ives, you got to look to your backup, Garrett Young, for the second half. Your season is on the line right now.
And I think, barring a miracle, I think you probably still go back to Ives next week, but just he needs to settle down. Ives, he's had 2 straight losses, but on the other hand, it's the argument of the bench your guy that has got you here. You go to an unknown. Ives has had some flashes at times and risk shaking his confidence? Or, do you just go, got to see what you have in your backup?
Well, at this point, I don't think Ives really has too much confidence whatsoever. So I don't really think it'll hurt to put the backup in, let him see what he can do. Because, if you're going to lose this game, you might as well see what you got as with the number 2 quarterback.
1st and 10, Ives going to drop back, throws out route, caught, and that's going to be a gain of 7. Raiders taking a page out of the Jays playbook and throwing some of those out routes.
Yeah, Eric Owens, nice little catch there. He had 4 for 53 last week on 6 targets. Good to see him getting involved, even though it's late in the first half.
2nd and 3 now for the Raiders. Got to get a score here on this drive. Only score came off of a drive where they started at like the 33-yard line. So not much offense for the Raiders in this one. It's going to be a toss play to Davis. Davis tackled in the backfield, and he's going to lose too.
Yeah, they got to be careful here. That was number 95, Chad Davis, the number 2 defensive tackle. But, if you're the Raiders, you don't want to go 3 and out and give the Jays the ball back before the half because, they have 3 timeouts left, and their offense has been clicking pretty well. So do not go 3 and out here.
Defense playing back, trying to play those sticks. Ives going to drop back. Good protection. Throws across the middle and incomplete. They're going to call a flag. I don't know who this is on. Not exactly sure, but Owens dropped a wide open. It was Carter, dropped a wide open throw.
Yeah, Ryan Carter. It looked like he ran into the referee actually. And oh my goodness.
Number 92 defense pass interference.
Mario Pearson gets called for it.
You want to see that again?
Know where he was? Yeah, I'm not even sure where he was on that play. It looked like Carter ran into the ref.
Let's see where he was. Let's see if we can find Pearson. Pearson's right here with our next gen drone camera footage.
Next gen drone camera. There's no way they called that pass interference. What? Ref, you got your back turned to him, and you call that?
Does it show who throws the flag?
No.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow if you're a Jays fan. We've seen some questionable pass interference calls. That one, oh boy, that one's up there.
Yeah, that might just take the cake right there. That gives the Raiders a free 1st down. One of the best plays for their offense today.
About 1 play to go before the 2-minute warning, assuming the clock does not stop. Before that, Ives going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be caught. 1st down. It's number 83.
Well, Damian Rambert, his 2nd catch of the game, a career high for him.
Rampart, we haven't seen much of him, but the injuries to Ackerman, injuries to Horton have thrust him into the lineup. And he's getting a couple plays, getting a chance to show his worth before the college football season.
Yeah, he might get a 4 or a 3 spot somewhere with this action.
First and 10 here.
Great field position right now to start with 2 minutes left.
Jasper Ives. Drops back throw, going to throw it to Davis out of the back. But Davis spins out one guy, and he's only going to get 2. Parker Thomas saying all these quarterbacks need to train and improve in the offseason. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
A lot of these guys have a lot of potential, a lot of talent, but, you got to polish that. Keep working. I mean, there's very few quarterbacks I'd say are ready right now to go lead a college offense. And I think you have that list as Fletcher Gross and not many others.
Yeah, Fletcher Gross, maybe Caspian Caldwell and Aiden Vincent. Those guys I think are the most college-ready quarterbacks.
Ives going to drop back, throws it in route, caught. What a throw, what a catch. 1st down, Raiders, Eric Owens.
Yep, Eric Owens, nice reception there, moving the chains. Jasper Ives trying to stay on the field, trying to show his coach what he's got before the half.
Yeah, some clutch throws on this drive for Ives.
But can he finish the drive in the end zone?
Ives throws in, inners, almost picked.
Wow.
Kennard drops an easy one.
Kennard has about 4 deflections so far in this ballgame. He had 1 last week as well. Not a good throw. Ives threw it right to him.
I can't make that any easier for the linebacker. I think he was just surprised that the ball came to him, honestly. And the linebacker was wide open on that play. Ives.
Yeah, that was a fastball.
Under a minute to go in the first half. He's at the 34-yard line, just outside field goal range, most likely. See what he can do. He has all 3 timeouts. He's going to throw out route, caught, and he's going to stay in bounds. They're going to have to burn a timeout. Great play there by Frederick Falconer to keep him in bounds.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. This is a really big play. I'm not sure if they're in field goal range for Tim Markham. He missed one from 40-plus last week, and a kick from right here would be a 46-yarder.
3rd and 5 coming up for Ives. 4 receivers set, 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Cameron Davis, the lone back in the backfield, and a dime defense. Ives, out route, caught. First down, Eric Owens going to get out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a great route by Owens and a great throw from Jasper Ives. 49 seconds left. They're at the 22. You got plenty of time here to march your way down to the end zone.
1st and 10. Yeah, like you said, plenty of time here. You just got to settle down. Don't make a mistake because you have a free field goal already.
Exactly.
Ives. Drops back to throw. He's going to throw in route again. This time caught again. Eric Owens again. Owens really stepping up big time on this drive.
Yeah, he's having a fantastic drive right now.
Hurry up offense for Ives. Good protection again. He's going to throw it to Cameron Davis out of the backfield. Only get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to go hurry up here. They have 2 timeouts. Under 30 seconds to go in this half. You got to take a shot at the end zone. Ives drops back, looking, throws, caught. It's not going to be many yards. 3rd and goal. Was that just... Wait a minute. Am I crazy, or was it 2nd and 10, the play before? Now it's 3rd and goal.
It was 2nd and 10. You are not crazy. I'm not sure what happened. The drive was at the 11-yard line there. I don't know what's happening. The refs are lost.
You can see a first down marker on the field. I don't know what's going on. 4 receivers set, 3rd and goal. Let's see what Ives can do in the shotgun. Looking, throws, end zone, tipped up, and almost picked off. He was looking for Cameron Davis on the wheel route, and Al Gibson nearly picked it off.
Wow. That was a very dangerous throw. And again, that was Kennard. That was a rough pass from Ives. Not very accurate. Linebacker had the best shot at it. And now you're going to send on Tim Markham for the field goal to make it an 11-point ball game. He missed one last week, 40-plus. That was his only try. And he also had an extra point block. So special teams has been an issue recently as well for Southeast.
Should be a chip shot field goal for Tim Markham. Kick is up. Kick is no good. He hits the upright.
Wow, he is having a rough couple weeks, and you got to feel for him right now. I mean, he had a shot last week against the Lions for them to win that game, and now this. I mean, this is really rough. Ives led a really good drive there. He did have a couple questionable throws, but they should have got some points on the end of that drive.
Just painful if you're a Raider fan. As you're watching your team kind of fall apart. Harlan not content with the points they have. Going to throw it here, but that's just going to keep caught in bounds. It's going to end the first half. Score 17-13 here in Southeast. The Jays, they're looking
17-3, not 13.
17-3, excuse me. Jays looking to keep their playoff alive. We're going to have halftime, and we will be right back. Welcome back to the second half of action here in Southeast. The Jays lead this one convincingly right now, 17-3. I'm joined in the booth by my colleague and partner, Optimus Klein. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just hopeful to see what the Raiders can do here in the second half. We did speak to head coach Bart John. And, what did he tell us about the quarterback situation?
Yeah, Bart John brought up he was not happy with how the offense played, and especially in a game of this magnitude. He's going to be splitting the quarterback snaps between Garrett Young and Jasper Ives. He felt Ives did a good job at the end of the first half, especially in that 2-minute drill. So what's going to happen is Ives is going to be taking everything in the shotgun, and Garrett Young is going to be taking most everything under center. So we'll see how that is. There's a look at number 7, Garrett Young already, as he's going to be taking his first snap in high school football.
Should be exciting. Let's see what he can do.
He's going to be throwing it. Young spins away from one, throws it, out route, caught. Willie Morris.
Okay.
A little razzle-dazzle from the young man.
Excitement there. Oh, my goodness. That was a great first impression. Hopefully he can keep that up. That was a great movement in the pocket, and throws it back across the other side of the field and completes it to the big-time playmaker, Willie Morse.
Garrett Young out there again on second down. We'll keep you updated on who's behind center, as they both look very similar.
And he's already out here calling hot routes. I love it.
Really giving him the full play. Handoff to Davis. Left side, good blocking, and first down, Cameron Davis.
Wow. Audibles the play, gets the ball to his playmaking running back, Cameron Davis, and they move the chains. Just 29 yards for Davis today with a long of 21. So other than that big run, he hasn't done a whole lot, but he was a great one there, and a fantastic block by the fullback Brad Woods on Rob Moline out in the secondary.
Another 3 straight snaps for Garrett Young here in the second half. He's going to run it again on Davis. Pummeled in the backfield right away.
Yeah, immediate pressure from the defensive end, Todd Keller. I don't even know if he was touched by an offensive lineman at all, but a great play from him. He did have half a sack last week, along with 2 assisted tackles.
2nd and 14. We'll see if they give the ball into Young's hand to throw. He does have a passing down. He's on the field here. It's going to be a run to Davis up the middle. Davis weaving through traffic. He's going to get 3. So conservative play calling from the Raiders for this first half on this first drive with Young. Not too surprised about that, but they're going to have to take the training wheels off sooner rather than later.
Yeah, especially right here on this down, 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. You're going to have to let him take a shot downfield, maybe do some post-corner combos. Those are my favorite.
Jasper Ives out on the field for this 3rd and long as he's in the shotgun. First snap of the second half for him. Plenty of time. Ives throws it deep. Intercepted! Oh, just missed his man. And Frederick Falconer with a diving interception. Ives got his through.
Oh, my goodness. Does this hit affect the throw, though? No, it doesn't. That was a perfect spiral. It went right through the hands of Roosevelt Horton, the wide receiver. That is such a tough break, but a great, great interception by Frederick Falconer, who also had one last week along with a deflection.
One of the best picks we've seen this season, and Ives, he might not last in the shotgun too much longer with this 3rd interception of the day for him.
On his first pass of the second half as well.
Poor guy. Harlan's going to throw. He's going to throw it deep over the top. Bridges has it!
Oh, my goodness.
Double coverage.
Lost him. Oh, man. What a fantastic play by the tight end. Last week, he had a big game, and this week, he's picking right up where he left off. Oh, my goodness. What a catch. That was a fantastic throw as well, right over the outstretched hand of the outside linebacker, Dexter Lopez, who is one of the best linebackers in high school football.
And the Jays moving downfield. Harlan's going to throw it out route. Caught as he got blasted in the backfield. Manages to get it off and get 4 yards off of that.
Yeah, he got walloped right there. But Nigel Sam's great out route. Yet again, really good at those out routes, picking up 4 yards. We haven't really seen a run play in a while. See if they go to Zayden Van, who is in the backfield with Emery Schofield.
2nd and 6. Split back. Look, they're going to throw it. Immediate pressure. Van bobbles it and drops it, probably for the best, as there were some defenders right there. But a 3rd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have been crushed as he caught that. So not a bad drop by your running back.
3rd and 6 now for the Jays, just at the edge of field goal range. We'd love to get points out of this drive to make it a 3-possession game. 4 receiver set for Harlan. He's going to throw it under pressure, out route, tip back to the middle of field, incomplete. We were looking for Sam's. Awoma had that coverage on lockdown.
Yeah, he was blanketing that receiver. Great coverage by the best corner in high school, and they're at the 38-yard line, not in field goal range. That'd be a 55-yarder, so I expect to see Terry Saunders come out on the field, and he does indeed.
Saunders looking to pin the Raiders deep. Ives just having a rough day, as that's nearly blocked. And this one's going to fall inside the 10 and caught at the 5. Another beautiful punt and a great job by the Jay Special Teams unit.
Yeah, and I believe that was the backup strong safety, Randall Gray, who made the fantastic play for the punt unit. Just blows over John Perriman, who made a great play earlier today for the Raiders special teams. He got destroyed on that one.
We'll see if we see a healthy serving of Garrett Young on this drive, as Ives, man, just digging himself a hole. Under center is Young. We'll see if they let him throw it or they're going to go to Davis. They are going to toss it to Davis, and he's not going to have much there. Great defense by the Jays.
Yeah, that was Ryder Bancroft, the defensive tackle, who came through untouched to stop Davis on the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10. Hand off to Davis again. Up the middle, Davis breaks one tackle and gets all the way 9 yards near a first down, but they're going to mark him short. 3rd and 1 at the 14.
Yeah, let's see what they do here, if they go back to the bell cow or they try to throw it. If they do throw it, I expect a really quick outs on both sides of the field.
It looks like a heavy set formation. I expect it to go to Davis. They're going to throw it, though. Young looking across the middle to the tackle. They throw it to the backup tackle on a 3rd and 1, and he drops it. Gragg, or whatever, Jamal Gragg was the intended target.
I don't even know what that play design is, but whatever it is, take it out of the playbook, crumple it up, and throw it in a burn bin, because that was awful. You had a guy wide open, though, on an out route, just like I called, but instead we throw it to the tackle. I'm not sure about that one.
The QB position has left us a lot of question marks for Southeast. Welcome to the game and chat. Chaos Driven, good to see you. How you doing?
What's going on, brother?
Punt is away as the punt fest continues here in the 3rd quarter, and that's going to be fielded by Walters. Not much of a return, but the Jays will start this on the Raiders side of the field.
Yeah, fantastic field position for Harlan and the boys. Let's see what they can do. We haven't really seen the ground game since that Marcus Madre touchdown run, so see if they go back to it.
1st and 10 now. Harlan under center. Going to throw it. Deep throw. It's going to be caught. Oh, dropped. He was looking for Emery Schofield on the go route, but knocked out by the linebacker.
I thought for sure that he caught that, but, a good play by the linebacker to hit him. It looked like he dropped it just right before he got to the ground, so nearly completed that one. That was a great throw and, a great attempt by the fullback in the middle of the field on a go route.
Welcome, Rising Finks out. We didn't really know if we were going to be streaming today either, but we are. Here we are.
Here we are in this room.
2nd and 10, they're going to run it to Van. Van's going to get blown up, and that was Lewin Witherspoon on the tackle. He's had a very good game today.
Yeah, he's had a great season so far. The second half of the year has been better than the first half, but He really just stormed onto the scene with that 3-interception ball game, and he hasn't slowed down since.
3rd and 6 for the Jays. Big down for the Raiders defense. They need to get a stop here. Harlan looking under pressure, throws corner, wide open. Bridges down the sideline, inside the 20 to the 11-yard line he goes.
Fantastic route by the tight end, who continues to have one heck of a night against his stellar Raiders secondary. As we take a look at this play, Walter Coates is out there. Walter Coates, great linebacker. Not sure he's got the speed to keep up with Trev Bridges.
Bridges been up and down this season, but right now showing up when it matters most.
2 great games in a row.
We said that the Bridges need to be a bigger factor for this offense to really get going, and he's being a bigger factor right now. Harlan drops back to throw. Out route. Sams, what a catch.
Yeah, great catch, but Iwoma made him pay for that electric 3-yard reception by Nigel Sams. See if they go back to Bridges here over the middle maybe on 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 here. Harlan under center, empty set. Looking to throw. Harlan checks down to Bridges, and that's going to be close to a touchdown. They're going to call it down at the goal line. And, this offense really has come alive since moving over to Dan Short. Before coming into this, obviously the season they had Jack Hunter as their coach. 0-3 start against the Comets, the Pirates, and the, who was the last, and the Titans. And Dan Short comes in, and since Dan, the man, came in 2-1 for the Jays. Harlan's going to throw here. Wide open, back of the end zone, toe tap. Nigel Sams, touchdown. The route is beginning to be on.
Yeah, the Raiders, they can't get out of their own way on offense, and now the Jays offense is clicking tremendously. And, once a big train starts going downhill, it's pretty tough to stop.
Raiders, and we got to shout out the Jays defense. On pace right now for the best defensive performance of the season. Can't underhype how good they've been. Obviously, the offense chewing up this great Raiders defense, but this defense, man, they've been stalwart tonight.
Yeah, they've been shutting down the Jays. Even Cameron Davis, he did have that one touchdown run that got called back. But other than that, he has been a complete non-factor so far. We did see a little bit of a spark from Garrett Young on his first ever play, on the field. So let's see if they go back to the young fella and see what he can do here on this drive, because they are down big right now.
Cash Driven saying that one of us sounded like R2-D2 on crack.
That's tough.
New Star Wars spin-off movie coming to you soon. Cocaine Droid.
From the Hammer Cline Universe Studios.
Oh, boy. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. See if they let Garrett Young throw a little bit. They've been very conservative since they brought him into the game, which I can understand, trying to ease him in. But Cameron Davis has not had much going for him.
You got to throw it here. You have to. You're down 3 touchdowns late in this ball game.
Garrett Young going to drop back to throw indeed. Good protection. Throws. Check down to Davis underneath. Loss of 1.
Yeah, just taking the safe route there. I don't know if the coach has enough trust in Young to take shots downfield, but sooner or later he's going to have to trust him to make some plays for this team.
And my question is, if you don't trust him to make some plays, why did you put him in? If you just leave Ives in there, if you didn't trust Young to make plays, but we'll see what they do. Ives and Young splitting time at quarterback. Going to throw it to Davis out of the backfield again. Davis moves forward for a gain of 3, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, he probably put him in there. He can't really trust Ives at this point either. 3 interceptions in this ball game. So, I think the head coach, Bart John, is just looking for answers out there.
It looked like there for a moment Young was going to give the team a little bit of a spark, but they've really collapsed since. Young's going to be out here for this 3rd down. First drive that we will not see Ives. Young's going to drop back to throw across the middle, and converts the 3rd down, letting him throw. And there, who else? Eric Owens showing up again.
Yeah, Owen's having a fantastic day for this receiving core, probably the better receiver out of all of them tonight. And that was a fantastic throw as well from Garrett Young. Found his wide open target, passed the sticks, and the drive continues.
See if they continue to let him throw it. Johnny Durango is in the backfield on this play. Young making some changes at the line of scrimmage. He's going to throw it again. Young to Durango one-handed, and he's going to gain 4.
Yeah, really nice catch there for Johnny Durango, the backup halfback. So they're letting Young just throw it out to the running backs to see if their playmakers can get in the open field, make some plays for this offense. But still, I would definitely like to see him throw it, medium to deep routes. Those would be nice to see.
2nd and 6, Young going to throw it to Durango again. Durango, nothing there, 3rd and 6. They've been very, very conservative with Young's doing to trying to use these flats to get some guys in space. Also, we haven't seen Davis for a few plays.
Yeah, and that was Sheard Richard, the defensive end, that went out in pass coverage out in the flats. So, Durango, you're not really going to have a shot at getting past Richard on that play.
Young staying in here for the 3rd down and 6. See if they can convert it here. He's looking. Terrible play call, and that's nearly picked off. There was nobody open on that play, and 3 of those routes were short of the stick. I don't know what Bart John was doing.
I don't know, but, at least Young made the proper read and threw it to the only route that went to the sticks. Just a great defensive play there to knock the ball down. And we're going to see the Jays offense take the field again after this punt.
4th and 6, punting away, and that's a rough way for this quarter to go. Raiders have had no answers. I don't even know if they've been past midfield. And the Jays, talk about them. Someone just got
dominated.
Someone just got run over on special teams. But the Jays coming out here looking like they're going to get dominated. First throw interception, next drive interception, setting up the Raiders with lots of chances. And since then, they've just shut the door. They've slammed the door.
Yeah, the moment for me, I think, that turned this game completely around was the Cameron Davis touchdown run that was called back, because then they ended up not getting any points on that drive. Jays went down the field, scored a touchdown, and the Raiders haven't been past midfield since.
Harlan, deep throw, incomplete, looking for Sam Witherspoon. Separated him from the ball on that one, but Harlan he's just throwing it with some fury tonight.
Yeah, he's trying to show the college scouts his arm strength. And, he was right on the money, right into the receiver's hands. Just a fantastic hit by one of the top safeties in the land.
2nd and 10. Witherspoon having a good game, good season for him. He started a little bit rough, but since the beginning, like you said, since that week 4 game, really, he's been unbelievable. Harlan's going to drop back to throw. Throws it out route, caught Walters.
Is that Walters? Yes, it was. That was 3rd down and 3 coming up. That was a nice route there. Now you don't have too far to go for a 1st down. I'd hit him with some out routes.
3rd and 3, I formation. We'll see if they throw it. They do love to throw on these 3rd and short plays. Harlan under center. They are going to throw it. Harlan moving out of the way of pressure. Bridges across the middle. 1st down as this offense continues to click.
Man, that pocket presence from Ian Harlan was beautiful to watch. Avoids the contact, finds his target, who has been having a fantastic game. Again, I think he's right next to 100 yards on the game. If he gets there, it'll be back-to-back 100-yard games for Trev Bridges.
Harlan hands it off to Van. Van stopped nowhere to go. As I think that was Walter. It was either Coaxer or Haynes who was on the tackle there.
Yeah, that was number 57, Kirby Hayes, the right outside linebacker. He's been a run stuffer all season long for this defense. 7 tackles last week, 2 assists, and 2 tackles for loss with a pass deflection.
Harlan going to hand it off, and this one's tackled in the backfield again. Van, nothing doing for him. This run game has been pretty bad all season. I don't even see Van or Madre getting more than 1 or 2 offers at the college ranks, if that.
Yeah, they might even walk on to a team. Who knows what's going to happen there as we enter the fourth quarter with the Jays up 24-3. Get your fours up in the chat, boys.
Not what we expected. Not what we expected, but so far the Jays have just dominated this game.
Yeah, and the Raiders, they're about to drop 3 straight games if they can't complete a comeback here.
Harlan's going to throw it on 3rd and 11. Lets it rip across the middle. Caught!
Oh, my goodness.
Again, down the middle of the field. This is Dugans this time making the catch.
Chris Dugans, the 5th string wide receiver, says, you know what, coach, put me in there. I'll make a play. And he does in double coverage. Gets absolutely plastered by 2 safeties. That was Jason Benson and Tony Conley, just crushing him. And he hangs on for the first down.
Everything clicking for the Jays today as they just continue to just slice and dice through this Raiders team. Throws it deep. It's almost picked. That was severely underthrown. He had a man wide open.
Yeah, Ivan Brutley, he has 1 interception on the day. Nearly had a second one there. Just showed his hops on that play. Like you said, it was definitely underthrown. If he puts, 2 or 3 more yards of air underneath that pass, that might be a touchdown to Walters.
For those of you wondering, the biggest blowout of the season was Week 5. Cobras Eagles, where the Eagles won 44-21. It was a 23-point victory. Right now we have a 21-point lead. The Jays doing this to a team that we a couple weeks ago thought was the second best team in the country behind the Lions.
Yeah, but ever since that, they've just been reeling. 2 straight losses. The offense has been stuck in mud this whole time. Can't get it going. Now the defense tonight showing some struggles.
Harlan going to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Checks it down. Oh, his man drops it. 4th and 13 coming up in the punt unit. That was to Art Swain. It wouldn't have mattered much anyways, though.
Now, either way, they're going to be punting that ball away. But good awareness again from Harlan to step up in the pocket away from pressure. And we're going to see a decent punt here from Terry Saunders, I think. He's been pretty good this season.
See what they can do to pin him deep. And it's going to be a good punt. Lands at the 10. Bounces inside the 5. Oh, what a bounce. Lands at the 5 again. The Jays special teams unit has been immaculate tonight.
Yeah, and again, it's the same man that downed it inside the 5 on the last punt. That was Randall Gray, number 28, the backup strong safety, making a name for himself tonight, trying to show these college scouts that he can do it on special teams.
They're going to hand it off. Davis stuffed in the backfield. There's going to be an offsides, though, so they're going to get free 5.
Yeah, free 5 yards. They'll get the ball up at the 10-yard line now. Get a little bit of breathing room away from their own end zone for their backup quarterback, Garrett Young. You got to take some shots here, though. You're down big. Not a lot of time left in this one. Let your young fella take some shots, see what he's got.
Yeah, there's not much point in not just going for it at this point. Their season isn't over, but really, really reeling, as this would be 3 straight losses.
Yeah, they're trending downwards, the opposite way you want to be going.
Especially as the playoffs roll around. Young's going to throw here, stepping around the pocket, throws it deep. He has a man deep. That's Willie Morris.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Great awareness in the pocket from Young. He stepped away from the pressure and, showed a little bit of moxie there, and a fantastic route by the tight end. And look at this throw. Look at the delivery. Perfect spiral, and put it only where his player could get to it.
I do like what I've seen from Garrett Young so far. He's had some solid moments and solid flashes. Do you think that we're going to see him more this season?
Well, I mean, if he can lead his team down the field and get some points, we may see him start next week. I mean, we'll have to talk to Bart John after the ball game to see what's going on there.
Young, plenty of time, throws across the middle of the field. That's going to be pass interference. again on number 92. This time, I think it was warranted.
Yeah, that was Mario Pearson again. That definitely looked like pass interference this time. Not the last one, though. That was very questionable. But I believe the Jays lead high school in penalty yards, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll take a look at that real quick. I'll pull up my handy-dandy spreadsheet. And that would be correct. The Jays have had 193 penalty yards coming into this game.
Yeah, they've been shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. And most of those have been pass interference on defense or some late hits here and there from the aggressive linebackers that they've got.
Run stuff in the backfield. This defense has done a great job with that.
Yeah, Ryder Bancroft, the defensive tackle, comes through untouched yet again to just crush Cameron Davis for a loss of 3. And, I did like seeing Young do another little audible there. It looks like he's trying to take control of this offense and show a little bit of leadership. I do like that.
Second and 13. First down is 13 yards away. Young, plenty of time. Going to check it down to Davis once again. Davis breaks one tackle, and it's going to make this a 3rd and medium to long.
Yeah, and Young was hit late on that play. I'm surprised the refs did not throw a flag there, but he took a shot after he got rid of that ball.
Young going to throw it. It's going to be dropped. Oh, my goodness. He had Horton across the field. Good to see him back in the game, but Young's pass is dropping. It's 4th down. This has got to be nearly 4-down territory, right?
Yeah, it looks like they're sending on the punting unit, though. They may have just given up in this ball game. But I don't know if you noticed, but Roosevelt Horton was getting up off the field really slowly after that hit, so hopefully he's okay. If you're Bart John, you might want to look into sitting him for the rest of this one to avoid a serious injury.
Really just a bad game for the Raiders. It's, lucky for them, this doesn't end their playoff chances. Just you don't want to be trending like this this late in the season.
It's going to be absolute chaos as we get into Week 8 with so many teams still vying for those 3 and 4 spots in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think right now the Lions and the Titans, being the 2 teams that are clinched, are taking a breath that they're out of this mess.
Yeah, and I think they've both been very deserving of those number 1 and 2 seeds. The most consistent teams that we've seen. Everybody else just kind of trying to find their way at this point.
Yeah, Titans started 2-2, but now we're on a 3-game win streak. Talk about the opposite of the Raiders. Harlan moving around the pocket and throw it deep, almost picked off. Right now, you kind of want to be a little bit safe. Don't give the Raiders a chance to come back in this one.
Yeah, I don't think Dan Short is worried about the Raiders coming back at all in this one. Just letting his quarterback go out there and sling it. And again, he underthrows that just a little bit. Just get a little bit more air under that, and that's a huge touchdown pass. Raiders going to have to figure it out next week. Yeah, it's all on the line next week as they're going to take on the Pirates.
Harlan moving around the pocket. He's going to go down.
Yeah, Harlan, he only got sacked 1 time last week. I believe this is the 2nd time tonight that he's been sacked. It's Dre Raines and Kirby Hayes who combine on the sack. Now we got a big 3rd and 14 coming up. Got to take a shot down the field here.
Harlan, plenty of time, throws underneath, one-handed grab, but that's going to go for nothing. And that's going to do it for this drive for the Jays. We tick under 7 minutes to go here in the game. Raiders, just, man, what a way for their season to end. Or not end, but how way for this season to trend.
Yes. Yeah, the season not quite over yet, but this game just might be down 3 touchdowns. You really haven't found any footing on offense whatsoever. But you got to just keep playing here. Try to figure something out. Figure out what works. If it's with Young, then it's with Young, and then you ride with him for the last week. But I'd like to see a little bit of life out of this offense.
Yeah, it's been a rough few weeks for them as the life has just been sucked out of them, it feels like.
Yeah, and the wind has been sucked out of this stadium. I mean, you can almost hear a pin drop out here as the fans just have no idea what's happening with their team.
It's been a rough game for these fans here. Young going to check it down to Davis. And honestly, Young hasn't really shown us that much. A lot of checkdowns for him so far.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's really on him. It might just be the play calling so far from the coach with him in there. But, when he has taken a shot downfield, he's got 2 big first downs on third downs. So I'd like to see them give him some more opportunities downfield.
I haven't seen much of Ives since that pick. They've almost exclusively stayed away from him since he threw the interception. Young going to throw it here, and he's going to complete it. What a dime for the first down to Willie Morris.
I don't know how he fit that through there. There were so many Jays flying around that football. Willie Morris, great concentration in all that traffic to come away with the ball. And another first down completion here for Garrett Young.
He's shown flashes, and I think you're going to see him get a couple looks from college teams. Maybe not starting jobs, but something. As Eric Owens underneath is going to get 9.
Yeah, another nice completion there. They're slowly getting down the field. They're at the 32-yard line, inching their way down there. Nice drive so far from the young quarterback. Now, you'd like to see him get in the end zone here, finish it off.
We'll see what they can do as he stayed out here. And you notice, I think Ives been pretty much benched at this point. We saw him a couple shotgun plays early in this game, but man, they've really shut him down since that interception. Davis going to fight for the first down.
Great effort by the halfback. My goodness. But yeah, you're right. I think Ives might be done here tonight. They have thrown the shotgun out of the playbook.
Throwing it to Brad Woods now. He's going to get decked. Cody Travis asking, are you surprised by this outcome?
I'm not really too surprised with the way the Raiders' offense has been performing. I am surprised with how their defense has performed tonight, though.
Young under center. Going to throw it. Throw it to Woods again, and another check down for 3. I wouldn't say I too surprised. I know we knew the Jays are solid, especially with Dan Short. I think I'm a little bit surprised by the Raiders' offense. This has been a pretty bad performance by them. Defensively, yeah, I think I expect a little bit more out of them, though. 20 points per game allowed is their average, so 24 isn't out of the picture. But I think just the dominance that the Jays have won this with has surprised me. There's Ives. We mentioned him thinking he's going to get benched, going to throw it deep, and almost picked. Maybe they should put him on the bench.
Wow, he comes in for one play and nearly gives it back to them. Al Gibson with a nice deflection. Do they send on the field goal unit here, or do they go for it? I'm not sure.
Looks like they have Garrett Young on the field. I think they're going to go for it.
I like that call, though. Don't kick a field goal here, please. Show some guts. Ives is out there, though.
Beast Mojo saying, to be fair to the Raiders defense, Jasper did give them really good field position a few times. Ives going to throw it here on this key 4th down, and it's going to be dropped. Wasn't a good throw anyways, but that's pretty much wasn't already going to do it. Hey, and Mort Hall running out. Are we going to see a little bit of Mort Hall?
Well, maybe. I mean, the game looks to be pretty in hand, so we might see Dan Short send the backup out there just to avoid injury for Harlan. But we'll see what happens.
Coach Travis asking, do you think the Raiders coach is going to be fired?
No, I don't think he'll be fired. I mean, the Raiders had some tough luck with injuries as well, just like the Eagles did, losing their number 1 receiver. So I think that might be a big contributing factor why the offense has stalled out so much this season. But I don't think he's in danger of being let go right now.
I think it would take him getting blown out this week and then going out, getting blown out next week to even have that be on the picture. If he does end the season losing, what would it be, 5 straight or 4 straight?
Yeah, it'd be 4 straight.
Then it might be on the table. But I would think more likely if they wouldn't be a straight-up firing, but maybe feel free to look at other jobs. And he might get a job offer from CFA because as a defensive coach, because he's been having a great defensive squad. As the Jays, their weakness, being able to run out the clock.
Yeah, I mean, they're better off just throwing the ball at this point. You know, Zayden Van's not going to get the chains moving for you here late in the ball game.
Interesting, the Pirates coming into this week have also lost 2 straight. So both the Raiders and the Pirates trend in the wrong direction. We'll see how that game goes, though, between the Pirates and Lions. Do you have any thoughts for that game?
Well, I mean, the Pirates have a good shot at losing 3 straight as well, just like the Raiders. So, I mean, who can beat the Lions? Like, I don't know. Even when they're having an off game, they still end up winning. You know, they did it last week against the Raiders. So I just don't know how anybody can beat them.
I think the Raiders and the Titans have shown it's possible, as Van's going to get a decent run there, 5 yards, 4th down. So the Raiders are going to get another chance to get some stat padding. I think the Titans and the Raiders both gave you the blueprint for how to beat them. They weren't able to successfully do it. The Raiders nearly pulled it off last week. If Markham just has a little bit more leg, they win that game.
Or if they get more than 50 yards of offense in the entire second half, you know, that'd give them a better shot. But, you know, the blueprint is have the Titans offense and the Raiders defense, and you can beat the Lions.
Yeah, and now that Tyron Trent has gone down for the Southwest Titans, it's hard to say that I really like their chances to win in the playoffs against the Lions. Coach Travis asking, who do you think is going to get fired? Looking around the league, I think that the coaches that you got to be looking for on the hot seat, obviously the Eagles, I think he's on the hot seat. I don't think he gets fired personally, but I think that's...
Too many injuries really hurt them.
Too many injuries, but that's definitely a name that I think the athletic directors at the high school is going to be looking at. It's hard not to when your team struggles as much as they do. I think the Cobras coach... what's his name? His name is Gale Battle. I think some of the poor coaching choices he made, it might hurt him. But those are really the 2 guys I think are on the hot seat. We might see a lot of coaching changes, though, because I think the CFA is going to sign a bunch of these guys. But getting fired, I think those are the guys to watch out for.
Yeah, I don't see the Cobras firing their coach. You know, they had the number 2 offense this season, so... they definitely did enough for him to stay, I believe.
As Ives getting this hurry-up offense, as they haven't given up on him completely. I don't hate this. You know, he is probably going to still be the starter next week, so give him a chance to get some momentum going into that. That was a beautiful play by the defender.
Yeah, I mean, these guys in the secondary are just... it just feels like they're toying with Ives at this point. That's Corey Mathis, the nickel corner. Just look at him, just reading the eyes of the quarterback the entire time, and Ives just never even sees him on the play. Young back in there under center.
We'll see what he can do, as he's probably going to throw. He will. He's going to step up, and just a check down. Charlie is going to bring a 4th down.
Yeah, nearly had a late hit on the linebacker. It looks like the Jays had their backups, and that was the 3rd-string middle linebacker, Gabriel Folston, out there trying to make a play. 4th and 3, if I'm the coach, I just go for it here. It doesn't really matter either way, and it looks like Ives is back out there for the offense.
It is a shotgun play, so they're going to be running with Ives. And they're going to throw it. It's going to be caught. Willie Morris, what a catch. Brings it down inside the 10. We might get some garbage time points.
Yeah, and did you see the acceleration after that catch and spin? That was beautiful. Willie Morris, the top tight end prospect in high school, continues to make a name for himself this season. Look at that catch, and just blows right past Folston, who I just mentioned on the previous play, the number 3 middle linebacker. Raiders trying to avoid getting beat by 3 touchdowns at home.
Would be the biggest home loss of the season.
And it would be the least amount of points scored in a game if they don't score here.
Yeah, and it hasn't been under 10 points scored in a game by a team, so this would be pretty record-setting. Garrett Young going to throw it, try to change that, and he's going to get picked off. picked off, and the Jays take it at the 1-yard line. Garrett Young, man, I think he's going to be back to the bench next week. Frederick Falconer with his second.
Yeah, oh man, look at that. It looked like the receiver got bumped a little bit.
He ran the route for him.
Falconer ran that route completely for him from start to finish. And, the inexperienced quarterback just never saw him there. And we do see the legend himself, Mort Hall, taking the field under center in dangerous field position.
Dangerous. And with this running game, this might be a safety. It's going to be a safety.
Goodness.
A 24-5 game. Oh, my goodness.
And who gets the credit? That is going to be Tony Conley, the strong safety for Southeast. So the defense has put up more points than the offense here tonight with 2 on the board.
And, man, that's not the greatest play call there. Toss from your own end zone. It really deserved to be safetied.
I would like to point out that Mort Hall has been on the field for 3 plays this season. 2 of them were quarterback kneels, and 1 was a safety. So just outstanding stuff here.
He's unmatched.
A legend.
A legend. This looks like the Jays on to win their 2nd straight game. The Raiders are going to drop their 3rd. That's the longest current streak in the country right now. The Lions with the longest streak of any sort, which is the winning streak with 6 wins, trying to keep that going later against the Pirates, as Davis going to take this one out of the backfield.
Tired play design.
Coach Travis asking, what coaches do you think are going to get plucked by the CFA?
Oh, most likely Laverne Jewell's old man for South Central.
Travers.
I think he'll probably, Travers, he'll probably follow Laverne wherever he goes, I think. If anybody's going to leave, it'll be him.
Yeah, I think him. I think look at Southwest for an offensive coordinator, Kurt Earl. International, I think you look at him for defensive coaching. Bart John might get a look for defensive coaching. I think the guys that are safe, I think Dan Short and Artie Sowards for the Pirates, I think those 2 guys are going to be here next season regardless. I don't think Dan Short's going to leave the Jays. I think he wants another season to prove his worth.
Yeah, I think he wants a full season of high school coaching under his belt before he makes any decision in regards to moving up to the next level.
2nd and 10 now. Shotgun for Ives. 30 seconds to go in this game. Garbage time well in effect. He's going to go down, sack. And they're going to call their timeouts the graphic is a little bit behind. Don't worry about it. But Sheard Richard making that
Sheard
sack.
Richard with the sack. What did he do last week, you ask? 0 things, actually. Well, he had 1 pass deflection, and that was his only stat. Gets his first sack here tonight. And, Ives only sacked 1 time last week. This is the first time he's been sacked tonight as well.
3rd and 19. Garrett Young in the backfield for this one.
Deep.
See what he does. He's going to drop back to throw under pressure. Steps up, chucks it deep and incomplete.
Wow, and that was right on the money as well. He hits his receiver, Damian Rambert, right in the hands, but a nice hit by number 25, Ethan Simmons, the backup free safety.
I think Young has shown us that he has some talent. He's not going to wow anything, but I think he has some ability that might be developed at the next level. Coach Travis asking, who is the new retire? I'm not quite sure what you're asking there.
I'm not sure either. I am confusion.
Ives dropping back to throw. He's going to throw a deep corner route, tipped up, and that will finally do it. Looking for Owens and the Jays. That was Falconer out there again. He's had a fantastic game. The Jays finally going to put this one to rest. 24-5. Really just a beautiful performance by this defense and this offense as the Jays surging at the perfect time.
Yeah, they're going to improve to 3-4. Southeast drops their 3rd straight. They'll be 3-4 as well. The shuffle for the 3-4 spot in the playoffs is going to be absolute insanity as we go into Week 8 after our final game tonight.
The final kneel from Mort Hall and they do their touchdown celebrations. That's going to do it. From Southeast, 24-5 is the final score. The Jays knock off the Raiders. The Raiders continue to slide. Man.
And if the Pirates win against the Lions tonight, that will end the Raiders' season, correct?
If the Pirates win tonight, if the Pirates win tonight, it will come down to next week. No matter what happens in this game tonight, it will come down to next week. Pirates at Raiders.
So that is basically a playoff game before the playoffs.
Yes, exactly. That game's going to be highly important. Obviously, I think it's most likely going to be winner take all in that game. With this loss, the Raiders actually fall to 6th in the overall standings, where the Jays move up to 5th. If a loss from the Pirates happens later tonight, one thing to note is that the Pirates will not be out of the playoff spot, because it won't matter necessarily about the Pirates' head-to-head victory over the Jays, because it's a three-way tie. So we'll have to look into those tiebreakers if they end up mattering. Man, thoughts off the game. Wrap it up for us.
Well, the Raiders' offense, that's been the story for quite a few weeks in a row here. They're stuck in the mud. They can't get out of it. It's like almost quicksand for them. They can't get out of their own way. They score a touchdown, it gets called back, and that really changed the entire dynamic of this ball game. They were about to be up in the game. Instead, they get no points on the drive. The Jays go down the field, they score a touchdown, and then they just continue to go 3 and out on offense, and the Jays keep on marching, keep getting points. They just keep digging themselves these big holes, and they can't get out of them. No matter how good the defense plays, as Ian Harlan gets player of the game. Only 1 touchdown here today, but 2 picks. But when the other quarterbacks throw 4 interceptions combined, it's not much competition as far as the quarterbacks go. But the Jays, really solid performance. The defense was absolutely fantastic tonight with all those takeaways. They were able to get to the quarterback there on that final drive to seal the victory. And, if you can beat somebody bad enough to where they put their backup quarterback in, I think you did yourself a pretty good service in the ballgame.
I agree with all those sentiments. Ian Harlan getting the player of the game, 2nd straight week in a row. That's going to do it from us here at HCU Studios. I'm Hammer. He's Klein. Have a good one.
Take it easy, guys.